I'm the Associate Director of Canadian Programming, and I program Canadian features. And I also do films from the Nordic region, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. And I also do the Philippines and the Netherlands. On the international side, I think the one I was most excited to discover was a first feature from Sweden called Avalon by a director named Axel Petersen. It's about 80s. The main character is a former 80s party organizer. You know, it's set in current day, and he still behaves as if it was the 80s, even despite the fact that he's older. And he actually gets a shot at opening a new club called Avalon, with obviously a reference to the Roxy Music tune. And it doesn't quite go as he'd planned it. He's actually hooking up with an old business partner. They're opening in a kind of rural area. Turns out that his business partner is not quite as happy-go-lucky as he used to be, and he has some very less than friendly financiers or backers. So it kind of goes, there's a tragic accident, kind of a catastrophe, and things tend to go south after that. But it's basically a study of kind of moral idiots. One of the Canadian films I was most excited to discover was a film called Edwin by a young director named Nathan Morlando, which stars Scott Speedman and is about the fabled Canadian bank robber. He was the most famous Canadian bank robber, I think, in history. He robbed banks in the 1940s. He was actually a veteran. He came back from World War II. He has dreams of celebrity and fame, and he kind of becomes famous as this sort of dandyish bank robber. Really a very strong piece. It's quite surprising that in some ways that it's a first feature, because Morlando has a very sort of assured voice. Well, I guess my hidden gem is probably Adolfo Alix's film, Fable of the Fish, which is from the Philippines, which deals with a woman who gives birth to a fish. Things haven't gone well for her and her husband, and there's this miracle where she suddenly gets pregnant. They didn't think it was going to happen, and then she actually gives birth to a fish, actually the national fish of the Philippines. And it's this kind of magic realist, there's a sort of understated comedy running through it. It's very much about faith and belief and the need for it in contemporary times, and it's sort of a mix of a satire and a kind of a straightforward drama in a weird sort of way. It's actually based on a true incident where an anchor person or a TV host became godmother to a fish. For me, I think the hidden gem on the Canadian side is a film called Amy George, which is actually made by two guys who just graduated from Sheridan, I think 2 years ago, so they're extremely young. It's a really intimate, smart, coming-of-age movie about a boy who's on the cusp of adolescence, about sexuality and about his relationship with his parents, set in Toronto. It's a really beautiful little film, and it's very assured and kind of feels very mature, which kind of contradicts the youth of the filmmakers. And I'm looking forward to what they do in the future, because their debut is quite stunning.